We are live again, okay? I hope it's very cold today, so I am in my little jacket. And welcome everybody. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the natal chart. We touched upon it last night in our live, which was great. I really enjoyed it. Even though those 3 hours and a half, I see 33 right there again. I just want to speak a little bit more. I'm not a great in it. That's why we most likely gonna be learning together. But I believe that astrology and the natal chart. And today my fringe is tied up, so it's not gonna be so crazy like last night. Um, We're going to be talking a little bit about it, only as much as I can understand and grasp. Maybe there will be many of you 111 right there who may know more about it, but I just decided we're going to talk about the basics, basically how to read the natal chart basics. Okay, as far as it lets me go, okay? So I'm gonna wait a little bit for the rest of you to come and prepare my tea. And I hope that you guys are going to enjoy this idea. All right, everyone. I hope that we are going to be okay. And welcome everyone who finds this, who comes across this video. Let's clear out the space first so that we don't have any trolls. But we are rising above the low vibrations, so only those of us that are on the higher vibrational plane are gonna be finding this message and this particular stream. So let's go for it. So let's clear out this space with our divine sounds of a Tibetan bowl to clean this space out. All the toxic energies may remain out of this divine space for us, and only the positive higher vibration energy is going to be present with us in love and light and higher vibes, okay? And we are always divinely guided and protected by angels, guardians, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and our higher selves. So thank you. We are going to let also sage. I hope you guys that have been yesterday on my life, I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the energies that were there, and I kept seeing 333 even after, and I kept seeing 1111, 11, 12, 12, 12. What kind of divine angel numbers have you been seeing lately yourselves? We're going to talk more about divine numbers as well, sequences, because at this period of time, today is the last official day of a solar eclipse, and we therefore are going to be in connection with more of the energies that we presented yesterday. and releasing more and more the negative toxic patterns. But this time I actually want to speak about the natal charts, because yesterday we were talking more and touch upon more, and as you saw that it's so incredibly related to most of our life choices, most of our life journey, um, as we go. So be the first a little bit. How can I use? What's the letter? Anyways, I hope I can see all chats. Thank you so much for your likes, and thank you so much for being present. I'm grateful. So, we're going to be talking about the astrology and natal chart structure and what it represents. And as an example, I'm going to be using my own natal chart. So, you may find out a little bit more about what a natal chart represents with the concrete examples, at least of my examples. And if any of you would like to share yours, um, if you're aware what kind of examples you are, or what kind of a planets and placements you have in your natal chart, you feel free to share with me in the chat. I'll be more than happy to actually find out. Okay, I'm gonna be using as information a different research that I've already done, and I used Cafe Astrology, which is one of my favorite ones, I guess, because it's quite detailed, as well as ChatGPT this time regarding to astrology, because it actually does help us to ask direct questions, and is actually very rich in astrology birth chart informations, which I'm actually incredibly impressed and surprised, and I'm happy, and thank you so much to Source Energy using this platform of called ChatGPT to connect us with Source Energy and also Akashic Records. So we might be using this as well. I see 717 right now, so this is a beautiful important numbers. So regarding to the astrology, I would say that it's our blueprint. It's basically when our souls choose to incarnate into this life plane or this lifetime. We, as a souls with obviously Akashic record keepers of divine light beings, we choose our blueprint. What kind of zodiacs do we want to come as? Because it is important for a future journey that we have chosen as a souls to experience on this planet. So most of it is pre-planned, and then we go the life journey, the milestones, and the major wisdom that we are meant to learn, and the karmic patterns, the karmic journey that we are meant to learn this lifetime is predestined. It's pre-planned by us as the divine souls, along with our guides, and therefore it's like a little, it's like a game that where you choose your avatar. Okay, I want this avatar to be this one, and I want this color, I want this whatever. I don't know, I don't play many games, so I'm not too sure. Hello at Leonuo, welcome. So we are going to talk about this more in details. So what the actual natal chart is. So it is the blueprint. It's basically helping us to understand each other, and okay, let's make it straight right off. If you are troll, yeah, you are in the wrong chat. okay, and you can move on, right? Because this is no play game. If you need to play or do some kind of little boyish or girlish things, this is the wrong chat, okay? We are here all adults and we are here all mature. So if you want to play, move on to some other uh, channels, or maybe you're in the wrong chat uh, at all. Like you may probably want to go to, I don't know, those platform called OnlyFans or whatever there is. I don't know. So this is a real serious channel. So those of you guys that want to be basically just trolling, I'm just sending you off. Okay, go play somewhere else and stay only the good people. Hello, Lisa. Welcome to my channel, and only people who are supporting this, people who are serious, with serious intention to learn something or to share something, you are welcome here. So okay, so let's talk about a little bit about a natal chart. So it's basically, as I said, our blueprint. And very welcome. Hello, Adam. Hello, everyone. So how are you guys? Tell me, how are you? How's everything doing, and how are you feeling this a solar eclipse period? It's pretty intense, isn't it? I know, but we are going to go through it, and we are in it together as a unity, so we don't have to worry. Everything is according to divine plan. So all you are guided to is let go of control and just be lay low and surrender and follow your highest excitements, follow your highest passion, and do what you are guided to do by your own soul and your heart. So yeah, let's break it down step by step actually. So the natal chart is a snapshot of the sky, is your blueprint, a snapshot as you have yeah, you felt the surge of energy, is it? Yeah, that's also part of the illumination period of a solar eclipse that we receive if we in a lunar eclipse we were releasing a lot, okay, we were purging a lot, we were shedding the old skin, and now we are illuminating these empty places, these empty parts. So that energy is coming for us to renew, rebirth all that has been now left empty. Hello! I cannot read Azbuka, so I'm sorry. It's just um, translating to Azbuka. But hello there. I'm gonna call you K because that's what's on your avatar. So it's the blueprint, it's a snapshot, and exact moment and the location is also very important where you were born, and nothing is coincidence. Also the year is very important, and every number also we will speak about numerology in more of those streams, because I feel guided to do these streams, not really like a reading random. Yeah, I may be doing that as well in some streams, live streams, but this time I feel guided that we want to uh, know more about. I'm so sorry, Kay. It all comes up in Azbuka and I can't really read it. So if I'm not gonna interact with your comments, it's because I don't know what you're saying. Okay, I'm so sorry. So why it matters? Okay, first, like it's like a cosmic blueprint, as I said, of a soul journey in this lifetime, but we pre-planned, okay, and we have prepared ourselves for a perfect cosmic blueprint chart for us to be able to handle all the lessons that we have chosen to do in this lifetime, okay. So basically, it reveals our strengths, our challenges. It reveals karmic patterns as well as in numerology. Like for instance, I've recently came across the video where um, it explains beautifully. I might be going and talking about it in some of the next videos, where our last digit of our year, let's say I am born in 1982, so my number is 2. You are born 1979, your number is 9. You are born 1958, your number is 8. You are born 1965, your number is 5. So that's actually very important number of your purpose number and your karmic number, meaning what karma have you brought from your past lives or parallel lives that is now being also dealt with in this life. So mine is number 2, which is a caretaker. It's unity number, meaning that, as I was saying last night, that I my you also 82, very good. We are both number 2s. um Basically it's the caretaker is a duality. So we from past lives we have come here to learn to balance the relationships, to balance duality, to unite the divisions, as I've said last time on my own, which my own particular journey is to unite divisions. And number 2 also uh, correlates with that. Basically it also says that we are basically uniting everything that is divided. So we also, as number 2s, are balancing the relationships. We are the alchemists between the toxic patterns to bring it into the light. So we are the bridge between two opposite poles that we are meant to bring into harmony. So the 2 is number of a harmony. So for instance, that's very important. So I encourage each one of you to check what your number means. And I think if you just type into Google, but I may probably go through some kind of like a reaction video to that video that I particularly watched, because it was very beautifully informational. So I may be talking about it in more details as well. So everything is pre-planned, and every single number that we have, every single part of us has been not random, yeah, has been planned. So it reveals also life themes. So it is structures. Basically the chart has a planet, has signs, houses, aspects, and all that works together, okay. Everyone's chart is obviously unique, because there's none of us that is the same or a copy of any of the other. We are all unique pieces of this beautiful mosaic that creates this incredible cosmic tapestry of one that we all create with each of our unique piece that we are. Therefore, we need to walk into our authenticity, and most of this journey is to learn to walk into our authenticity and be there and express from there. So that's where the astrology is important and plays a major role, because it can give us this kind of like manual to our own life, to our own journey in more details. Okay, can help us to understand more of the aspects of our lives, why things happen to us the way they happen, why we behave the way we are, And it can also help us to figure out whether somebody that we may found be, let's say, in love with, whether they match with us or not, or it does mean that you should choose your partner according to whether the astrology chart works or not. Yeah, you should still listen to your heart and your soul, and even though your natal charts may not work out, still try it on. You never know, maybe you may experience some karmic path, a karmic journey with them that will actually help you to evolve in some way, shape or form. So everything is important, and always what is important is your heart, which is the compass, and your soul, which is the highest self, that is the conceiver, and it does bring the major direction. Hello Jacqueline, welcome. So we it's like a fingerprint of each of us. 2121 right there, okay? It's like a fingerprint of each of us, but in the cosmic level. So, for instance, have you ever thought, yeah, uh, when you live your life, have you ever wondered um, why things happen the way they happen? You know, in certain way, why you meet people, the the exact people that you would do. Yeah, you have. That's a beautiful. Me too, me too. And it's the most beautiful thing ever. That's right. And it's a very, very healing, and it's it activates awakening, it activates a growth for both for both twin flames, for both divine masculine, divine feminine. It may take for years. It may even be ongoing, on and off. It may take ages. For some, it can be months. For some, can be years. For some, can be decades. So it's basically ongoing, and not everybody is on a twin flame journey. I may be probably talking in one of the videos about the twin flames, because I also do experience such divine love at uh, present, and I must say this is really, really a beautiful and healing uh, experience for those of us, and it's not only, but it's an important purpose of this life for us. So we may talk about it more. Anyways, so okay, what's the most important is the sun, moon, and rising. So your sun sign is usually the one that everybody knows. Oh, what's your sign? Oh, I'm a Gemini. Oh, I'm a Taurus. I'm a Sagittarius. That's a sun sign, okay? Your sun sign is soul score, okay? Basically, at the core of a personality, um, and your essence, your ego, and a life purpose. Yeah, how you look at world, what your values and principles are. That's all the sun sign. Okay, how you show up in your core values, in your core self, and what you stand for, and how do you present yourself from your soul. Hello, Ryan. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Really glad. And thank you all so much for your likes as well. Thank you so much for visiting and for being here. Okay, so then there is the moon sign. Okay, moon signs are inner self, is our emotional self, is the way we perceive ourselves. Okay, is the way we act from instincts, from intuition. from subconscious reactions, okay? Uh, Also, the next one, so more like the sun sign is our soul core, it's our outside personality, it's our ego self, it's the way we are in our authenticity, looking out at the world. The moon sign is how are we looking from within at ourselves. It's like our mirror. Okay, that's how we perceive ourselves and our subconscious self. You're Taurus, Lisa. Okay, wow. So we may be going, if you're interested and you know your natal chart, we may be going more deeply into your own. Um Ryan, I hope you're not a troll because we don't want to mess up this chat anyways. Okay, let's be mature here. So, the rising sign is the third important thing, which is basically your ascendant. That's the mask you show to the world. Okay. Also, how would I explain your moon sign is basically how you, and also your sun sign. That's very important. Okay. The sun sign is also how you are authentically in within inside of your bubble with your closest ones, with your family, with your the with your closest friends. That place when you are, when you let go of all guards, of all walls, of all masks. That's your sun sign in your authenticity, how you present yourself in your authentic self to your closest people and to your tribe, basically. Yeah? Your moon sign is how you perceive yourself when nobody's looking, when nobody's listening, how you perceive yourself when you're alone, how you see yourself uh, even in that deepest core of self. Okay, that inner judge, that inner critic, that inner voice. That's the moon sign. Rising sign is that mask outside of bubble. When you're going into the public and you don't know anyone, you have that kind of face. Yeah, it's not that pretense, but it's your guard, it's you, it's your personality before you know people, before they know you, you know. That's what your rising sign shows. Okay, you a so-called mask you show to the world before they have access inside of your bubble. That's the rising sign. Your approach to life and the first impressions that people have on you. That's your rising sign. Okay? So, let's say, and it all depends, okay? Also, how, hello Lily, cute, welcome. It all depends also on what do you resonate more with. You know, there could be times where you resonate more with your rising sign. There could be time when you are more into your in your sun sign sometimes, and there are times where you are more comfortable being in your hermit mode in your moon sign. Okay, so it depends. It fluctuates during the life journey and life experiences. You know. Let's go about next uh, next part. We're going to talk about the planets and the personality layers. Okay, in more um, to show um, what other planets mean in our natal chart, because it's not only these three. Okay, we also have other planets in our natal chart. If you ever seen a natal chart of yours, you may see that you have a Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and all are in different signs. Okay, what does it mean, and what these planets govern um, as for what kind parts of us they represent, basically. Yeah. So, what does the sun, the moon, and ascendant represent? We already spoke about. But what does other planets? What do other planets represent? So, Mercury. If you have Mercury in particular sign, what does it represent? It represents your mind, the communication, and learning style. So, how you think, how you process things, how you communicate with others, how you communicate, your communication style and ways. Are you introvert? Are you extrovert? How do you process things? You know what kind of um, ways of communication are important for you to put out there. Okay, 3113 there. And learning style, the way you learn things. Yeah, whatever, Ryan. Then if you don't like it, just move on. All right, yeah. Anyways, it's a different perspectives, okay? It doesn't matter you have a bachelor's in space science, that it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Astrology and space science is absolutely different things, okay? So it's like you put in a basket cherries with the apples. So if you don't like these apples, go and pick up some cherries in some science channel, okay? Bye, Ryan. So let's go. So the Mercury represents the mind, the communication, the learning style. Okay. So Venus, planet Venus, represents love, relationships, and aesthetic tastes. So how do you behave in relationships? How do you come across in relationships? What are the values in relationships for you? Okay. And how do you approach love? That's what the energy of Venus, okay, influences. So aesthetic tastes also, how you dress, how you enjoy present yourself, okay, that's also in the Venus. uh, okay, next we have Mars. Drive, action, sexuality, courage. Also, Mars can represent the way you approach your material world, okay? The way you deal with money, the way you deal with in your career, in your jobs, or also 10th house, midhaven, okay? Because Mars is a masculine planet, Venus is a feminine planet, so Venus also represents your emotions, okay? Thank you so much for your subscription, Lisa. So next one is Jupiter. Jupiter is natural planet of expansion, okay? The growth, the philosophy, the luck. So wherever you have your Jupiter, whatever signs, that's how you present this expansion. It expands. The Jupiter expands that. Whatever zodiac sign and house you are, and the Jupiter is involved, it expands it. It makes it more blown up, okay? And also the way you look at the life from philosophical point of view, okay? And also each planet rules certain signs. Let's say I am Sagittarius and my ruling planet is Jupiter, so it's also for instance Saturn rules Capricorn, okay? Neptune rules Pisces, okay? Venus is rules Taurus, okay? And Mercury rules Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. We're going to go through it because I can't remember that much. And okay, we're going to do one thing. So next planet is the Saturn. Saturn is actually very it's like this strict teacher at school, okay? Saturn's rules discipline. Discipline, lessons, limitations, mastery, and karma. So Saturn is our teacher, and the one that disciplinary teacher that says, okay, you've done too many mistakes, now it's time for you to face the lessons for those mistakes. So Saturn is very important in terms of knowing what the limitations are and learning how to go around, okay, how to learn to be able to navigate them in the most um, mature way. Uranus is big transformations as well as innovation, rebellion, sudden changes. So it's like in a tarot reading, it's like a tower. Tower moment is a Uranus that does a big changes, okay? Neptune, it represents the dreams, intuition, spirituality, illusions, okay? Mm. And Pluto is transformation as well as power, deep change. So Uranus and Pluto are usually the big planets that actually do um, all right, so I'm just looking. By the way, I'm not going to be noticing much the chat, but any of you, if you ever feel bothered, Lisa, if Ryan does bother you, tell me, I can block him, okay? On my side. I hope I still can. Uh, okay, next step we're going to look at houses. So the Lisa, does he bother you? Do you want me to block him? Because I'm gonna do it. If he is some kind of troll, let me know. Ryan, this is not really a dating site, just to let you know, but it's a free will. Lisa, let me know if he's bothering you. We're going to delete him here. Ryan, you are reported. Lisa, I timed out Brian, okay? He has no chance to look you up anymore. I never understood trolls, to be honest. But that's all I can do from my side, I guess. All right. So let's resume. So let's move on to the houses, everyone. For those of you that are watching replay, uh, those pauses, so you understand. So I have no moderators, so I have to moderate the chat, and if I see trolls, I have to act. So we don't want any trolls bothering anyone. So the houses, houses are more, yeah, it's just like the house, okay? You're very welcome, Lisa. Uh, if certain planet is in the house, and I hope I'm not so great, so I'm not gonna be going into very details. This is like really a beginning stages, but I really want to go through it because it's very important for knowing more about this, because it plays a major part of us as living this life journey. So the houses are like a house of us as we live in, okay? Each planet expresses differently depending on the life areas, yeah, and each house is an area. So let's say the first house is self, the identity, the appearance, okay? The second house is money, values, possessions. So if, let's say, you Mars, let me see my natal chart. I think if we're going to show concrete examples, it's going to have a more um, logic. It's going to be in more easier to understand. Where is that? Like, Cafe Astrology always had this chart. No longer see it. Give us a second. Mm, give us a sec. Okay. Let's see. So, you're okay, Lisa. That happens. It's fine. It's not your fault. Uh, Trolls like that always come, but it's a good thing that me as a presenter of this, I can actually block him and put him in a whatever stand. I don't know. So we can sort it out. Okay, so houses in astrology, what they represent, okay? Mm, it's like a life house, as we say, or arena. Okay, they show where and how the planetary energy manifests in your life. Okay, so the first how, let's say, it's a self expression, the personality, the first impressions. Yeah, just like a sun sign as well. So the self-image, physical body, how you project yourself, okay. It amplifies the quality of the planet in your personality, okay. So we spoke about what planets are. Now it amplifies it, okay. mm, for example, if your ascendant is like mine, my ascendant is in Scorpio. So if your ascendant is in Scorpio, yeah, you are intense, you're magnetic, you are transformative, you are private, you are very introspective. Yeah, your transformative energy is how you show up to the world. So the planets uh, in the first house amplify those qualities. The second house is money, values, resources. So, for instance, finances, personal possessions, self-worth, value system. Okay, if there are certain planets in this house, they influence your attitude towards money, your attitude towards security. Okay, the example, let's say my um, where's my second house? Let me check because they usually have that wheel and I can't see that wheel anymore in the cafe astrology. You know what I don't really like? They change things because of the money. I've never been really. Okay, that's where it is. So. But it became so bad. It used to be much better. So, my second house. Okay. The second house is the arena of material security and values. It draws money and personal finances, a sense of self-worth and basic values as well, okay? Personal possessions. Let's say, example, I have a Sagittarius on second house, okay? So what does it mean? That Sagittarius is expansion. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, okay? 47, 47. So I may experience financial successes, may come true, and or may not. It depends how you choose to deal with your ego versus your soul. So uh, everything is relevant. Okay, it depends which wolf do you feed, basically. Yeah. So, but also what it shows is in correlation with that. Let's say my personal um, natal chart. If I look at my chart, okay, as an example, we say second house, money, values, resources, okay. The keywords we set already: finances, personal possession, self-worth, value system, okay. And also I forgot, we're going to also talk about Chiron, North Node as South Node. They're very important as well. um, the planets in the second house also influence the attitude towards that, okay, towards money and the security, let's say, in the second house. So let's say if your Chiron is in Taurus, the wounds or growth related to self-worth and material security that may block you from expressing you would naturally get in that second house if those wounds weren't there. Okay, so it is very relative. I just want to see where my yesterday I said, let's say my Mars is in Aquarius. Okay, we spoke about this, that it does have a correlation with your way how you look at also the material world, and your stand for your drive towards your career, your ambitions. Okay, the Aquarius, for instance, is an innovative, independent, unconventional in approach to desires and actions. So is not materialistic. Okay, so it um, doesn't take a material word as important. It's more giving. It's more expanding. 5111. Okay, so each part is actually very um, complex. So astrology is actually like an encyclopedia of, and that's why I'm constant student, because I know that there's so many aspects that I still don't understand myself. Mm, so the third house is communication, siblings, learning. So depends where your stand is. Fourth house is home, family, and roots. Fifth house is creativity, romance, and children. Sixth house is work, health, daily routines. Seventh house is partnerships and marriage. Eighth house is transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Ninth house, travel, higher learning, and philosophy. I think my um, the Sagittarius is ruled by ninth house as well. That's why Sagittarius loves traveling, for instance, higher learning, philosophy. Yes, so each sign also is ruled by each house. So, for instance, I don't know what your Taurus now is ruled. Do we have it here? It's for the next time because we've got a lot actually. The 10th house is a career, reputation, public life. 11th house is friendships, groups, hopes. 12th house is spirituality, subconscious, and hidden things. So these houses, I still don't have them perfectly understood myself, okay? So we may be going as I learn more, but I want to share it to others for those that are absolutely new to astrology so that we can move together further to the knowledge. um, then we've got aspects. Okay, these are like cosmic conversations. Okay, um, show the planets don't act in isolation; they interact. Okay, together. So conjunction, sextile. Maybe you may have heard about it. A square, trine, opposition. So conjunction, when Pluto is in conjunction with the Sun, let's say, that merges intense focus, meaning that the conjunction is a positive thing. It's a good combination. Maybe if you are conjunctions with uh, the other aspect, it means that you may harmonically collaborate together in a in the positive, balanced way. Sextile is opportunity, easy flow. Square is a challenge, okay, tension, and it needs more growth. So it may be some a experience with somebody where you are square means that you need to grow in that experience. Trine is harmony, natural talents. Opposition is balancing out polarities in life. So again, for the high learning. So uh, different parts of you basically interact or support or challenge each other. Okay, it's like an internal conversation between your planets. Hello, gorgeous. We're going to put hello. This is my beautiful baby, Sammy. Hello, baby. Do you want to say hello? He's a little bit bored, so you're gonna have him here with us at the moment. Mm. So let's see in more details what each individual planet aspect or house can be in combination. So we said the natal chart is your blueprint, it's your map, it's the way you came as design prototype. Yeah, it's who you are in the manual. Okay, it's not precise. Obviously, you go through the different lessons, different learning, and but these are the core. It's a core aspects of how you look at life and how life looks at you through here. Do you want to go down? How you how you interact with the world, with your emotions, your mind, your destiny. And none of our charts are the same. We are all different and unique. That's why we are here to learn, because and that's why we interact, because we are here to blend and learn through these journeys, and these charts can help us navigate. Yeah, for instance, you react some way, and if somebody can, let's say, knows your astrologic chart, it can help them to navigate better, so you can prevent different misunderstandings, misconceptions. And if you attract certain experiences together, if you already know that astrology chart, or it can ease up a little bit the interactions with each other. So I love astrology, actually. I really like that, and I really enjoy a thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I know how it feels, like a family member. It's like a child. I hope you feel okay. I'm sending you all love and light. Let's have a second for your beautiful doggy. Sending him light and love. So we spoke of planets, signs, houses, and aspects. I'm reading these notes here. Planets as the different parts of your personality. Signs are the flavor or energy they carry. That's actually a great explanation. Yeah, the planets are like a different parts of your personality. We spoke about it. The signs are the flavor or energy they carry. Yeah, that's how they correlate together. Houses are the areas, areas of life they express in, and aspects are as the conversations between these energies. Yeah, now this is really great way to explain this. Basically, they tell the full story of you in one natal chart. Oh, I understand, dear Lisa. I definitely do, because he is like my child. Not like he is. I don't see difference between children and animals. Both of them carry the same innocence, the same importance to the world, and I never felt when people say like, oh my god, how can you say that animals, how can you compare animals to children, to people, like we are much higher? That's arrogance. None of us species are higher than the others. Only man-made illusion says that humans are more important than animals or nature. In my own world, we are all equal. Therefore, my dog is my baby, and it means the same level as someone's child. And I don't care what people say. That's the way I perceive it. That's the way I feel it. That's the way I feel about it. I have so many people saying, oh, because you didn't have a children, you don't know what it means. I know pretty much what it means. How I feel for my beautiful baby there. And that love is immeasurable. So, the way some mother loves her child, I love my beautiful dog. And nobody can compare. It's each individual unique experience of each of us. That's why I don't put anyone in boxes. I don't use any preconceived concepts or box related perceptions. And it always offends me when somebody actually tries to belittle my dog or the level of love I have for him, because they compare it to some kind of dominion, hierarchic level between humans and animals. That's a BS in my honest opinion. So I don't know if you feel the same way, Lisa, but that's how I feel about my baby, so I absolutely feel you. Yeah, of course there are people that see animals and their pets just as a mere animal. Oh, that's their perception. It's not mine. I see my dog as equal as me, and my love for him is as equal as the love of mother towards her child. And I don't care if somebody doesn't believe that. It's my own life, my own perception, and my own feelings. Anyways, let's move on. So, let's talk about white matters as well, in a way. We say that to understand your natal chart, it's very important to see how you naturally react to certain things, how you attract certain experiences, and how you can step into the true power. That's also, everything is that nature in that natal chart. It's not about predictions, but it's about awareness, okay? About growth and alignment. It's about how you align with your soul. More you know astrologically what you are about. It's just learning about yourself more, instead of having to discover it step by step. It takes you much longer. It's like a shortcut to your own being, you know? It's like not knowing your astrological natal chart. It's like operating a machine without reading the manual, okay? And why to make it more complicated by um, not reading the manual if you have access to it, and just, yeah, you can take it with a pinch of salt if you want, if you're skeptic. But there's no harm to reading it if it guides you, if you're guided towards it. That's my opinion. So each of us our own, but in my own experience, since knowing at least the basics or whatever I know about my own natal chart, it helped me in my life tremendously. It helped me overcome a lot of challenges. It helped me to understand the way I operate and why I operate that way. Why and how should I interact with other people that I'm interested in, let's say. How do they operate? How to understand their manual so that we can meet in the middle. Okay? Let's say I am a fire sign and I may be in love with the earth sign. Okay, why not to read the manual of the earth sign? And if I know details, why not to read about more how they operate so that I can meet them in the middle as well as they can meet me in the middle, and we can create more harmonious experience, knowing the way we are or not. Then we will be discovering each other, probably stumble upon a few sticks and stones. But that way, reading those charts, you can avoid those sticks and stones because you know better. You know more about a person and how he may operate, and the rest you do discover with them by day-to-day interactions, by day-to-day activities and the way they are. But it's just little beneficial for us to know a little bit of that astrology, because it does help in connection with others as well as connection with ourselves. So I enjoy astrology, and it does actually help me in my life and in connections with others. So it does matter to me. And engagements with other people, become more easier if we know briefly the structure of that other person or ourselves as well. So I encourage you to go to, let's say, one of those astrology charts and print out your natal chart, read your natal chart. It's very interesting, and you may be fascinated. What you need to know is your date of birth, your place of birth, and your hour. The hour of your birth is very important as well, because it shows exact degrees where the planets were standing at the very moment you were born. They change, they shift in their differences in hours, sometimes even minutes, I would say. So your chart is not like anything that limits you. It's not a limit, it's your guide. It's basically like manuals, as I said, it's your guide to understand yourself, your relationship, your loved ones, your close ones, your purpose, your challenges, and you can read all there. I'm still learning myself. I'm still not understanding everything, and more I learn, more I'm gonna share. So this is kind of like a sharing page. It's like our classroom that we learn. What I learn, I pass on. I don't pretend to be some kind of expert. I'm learning on my own myself as well. But I want to share it with you because I believe that those of you that only started to get to know what the astrology or natal charts are may benefit from even the basic information that I share, or it may it may inspire you to go and research yourself. Why not? If you were guided to this video, it means that your divine spirit guides and your higher self has guided you here for a reason. No? That's how I see it. So I would say let's go and read a little bit more about each particular parts, and we can use my personal natal chart as an example. Okay, so let's talk about more in depth about like it's a lot of information, guys. Like there's a lot to speak about. 111, oh my goodness. So okay, we've got we spoke about aspects very briefly, right? I'm gonna tell you what I know and what we can actually um, learn together. The degrees, we're not going to talk about the degrees that much as in details at this time. We're going to touch upon it in very briefly. Um, but what we're going to talk a little bit more about each individual sign and the planets in combining together, okay? So, so we said that to make your natal chart, you need those dates of birth, your time of birth, and your location. So let's say your sun is in Sagittarius, just like mine, okay? And it's wait. Okay, I have a bit of a chaos in my notes at the moment. But what I see at the moment here, okay, we spoke about the second house. I have it here as well. So let's speak about the second house in more details, okay? Okay, we spoke about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess we are going to do more next time because I think I spoke about all that I've made notes about this time, and I don't want to be just like blabbering nothing that I haven't researched yet. But I'm looking at this Cafe Astrology. It's a great site, to be honest, and it has a lot of beautiful information. So I definitely recommend you this. Maybe some of you have a different favorites, but for me, this Cafe Astrology is Very, very good one. Yeah, but let's speak about the sun. Yeah, I'm just looking at notes. The sun is very important because it's your also it's your destiny. It's the most important where you going. Okay, so that's why the sun sign is very important. If you're um, certain also what's important, if you have more planets in certain sign, you may more behave like that sign in certain aspects. Okay, let's say, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Okay, as well, let's say your natal chart shows that your sun is in one sign, let's say Taurus or Sagittarius as myself, but the other planets, there's, let's say, three planets or four planets or more than one planet are in another sign. Most likely you incline to be like that sign rather than your sun sign. So that's also very important to see if any of these signs repeat in your chart. Let's say for me, if I use my chart as example, my repeating signs are Capricorn. I have Moon in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn, and Venus in Capricorn. Okay, so we spoke about the what does that represent. Okay, uh, Venus is love, relationships, aesthetic taste. So I'm influenced by Capricorn, so I'm not going to be in those fields as Sagittarius, let's say. So it's very important. Then uh, Mercury, mind, communication, learning style. So let's say, as an example, mine is in Capricorn too. So that's how you going to most likely communicate in that particular sign that your uh, Mercury is. And I said my moon sign as well. So we said that the moon is your inner being, inner self. Okay, so how do I see myself? How do you see yourself? That's that particular sign. Then I have a repeating Scorpio, ascendant in Scorpio. Then what's important also is your midhaven, is your 10th house. It's um, the way you look at your career, your life path, your reputation. Okay, so in more details we can see that um, then we have a north node. Okay, life purpose, growth, direction, that's where you head into. Okay, the Chiron is your wounds and your healing path. Wounds around your self-worth, your material security, valuing yourself without needing external validation. So um, this is, for instance, also very important, your Chiron. Yeah. So let's say if we look at some examples, okay? Um, if you have a few planets in the same sign, that will be together. Hello, Sue, welcome. No problem. I hope you enjoy this. This is just the beginning for beginners astrology, but I'm going to try to speak in more streams because I feel that first of all, I feel very passionate about astrology, and I also feel that is very important. Thank you. Very important for our life journeys. So, welcome to hang around. So, yes, let's say if we have more planets in more signs and in our natal charts repeating. As an example, as I said, like let's say my moon and my Venus is in Capricorn, okay? I may be practical, grounded, which I can actually confirm. Not materialistic, which I already said yesterday, but I am disciplined. What Capricorn gives me in that sector is, unlike let's say Sagittarius that is in Jupiter and expansion, okay, I only have a sun in Sagittarius, so I expand in terms of my personality and my um, life view, okay, towards the life values and how do I, let's say, um, as we say, your sun sign, how do you perceive world and how you show up in the world, okay? But let's say if your planets or the planets are in more other signs, let's say I am a fire sign, my sun is in fire, but three of my major planets, which is Venus, the relationships, the Mercury, the communication, and the moon, my inner self, is the earth sign, okay? It's a Capricorn. So if my moon and the Venus in Capricorn makes me already different than the Sagittarius that would have those planets in a fire signs or earth sign or air signs, let's say. I'm more practical, grounded, not materialistic because I have more discipline. So I may have more discipline in saving and knowing how to handle, um, let's say, material aspects of life. Let's say money. You know, I it's not important aspect. I'm not chasing money. I'm not chasing luxury. I'm not chasing. It's not like my focus. Oh, I want to do that for money. No, I want to do that because it's my vision to do it for higher cause. I use money as a tool. That's a Capricorn, okay? So my value is the ethical, and security for me is not in, let's say, that's the Capricorn. So if you have, let's say, Capricorn in your chart, okay, your values will be more about discipline and responsibility in resources, okay, not about chasing those for fame or for money to be, I don't know, whatever rich. No, your resources, however small or big, that's the discipline and responsibility to work with what you have in the most efficient way so that everything works within the limits of secure. Let's say Capricorns are very good in resourcefulness. Okay, resources. Let's say single mother has, let's say, only few resources to feed the family. Capricorn is the planet, is the sign that gives that responsibility and that discipline to be able to use that little resources in the most efficient way and spread in the most efficient way to be able to work with it. So there is no lack, no excessive spending, there is no excessive uh, imbalance. Okay, so versus if somebody may have uh, let's say air signs more prominent, they may be more inclined to spending or or not being able to use those efficient resources, those resources in more efficient ways. Yeah, so they may end up, let's say, Libras or Geminis. Okay, so not all. It all depends on where your planets are, as we spoke about the characters of the planet. So let's say mm, we're gonna speak about, let's say, Mercury. Yeah, communication, thinking, and the way you learn. Okay, you may be more if your Mercury is in, let's say, air sign. Okay, that's a communication. So you, the way you communicate, it may be more about quantity. Yeah, quantity. Like you may be more talkative, you may be more expressive. Yeah, let's say if you have a Mercury in Gemini, so you may talk for the entire globe, and you may be able to speak and be a great speaker. Okay, so I really love this way the natal charts can really show, okay, how we can navigate this. What else could we? Yeah, let's speak a little bit about. Hmm. Yeah, let's say let's speak about a little bit about North Node and South Node, what it represents. We're going to touch upon the very basics actually, because I don't have that many research done, and as I said, I'm also a beginner in that. So what I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna share. For those that have no idea about astrology, and we can learn together. And for those of you that know more about it, feel free to share, because we are here just to uh, learn from each other as well. So let's say the node, North Node versus South Node. What do they mean? So the South Node represents um past our past experiences that we uh, learned from, that also uh, I don't like this note. Let me find a different one, because this one doesn't say all of it. So let's see what they say here. Yeah, because North Node and South Node, what I've learned so far, are very important for us as well. Because the North Node is where we head in the our mission, our soul's mission, and the South Node, they're not really planets. I would say that the North Node, the South Nodes are just like a points, okay? And what they say, what the notes say here is that um, it's where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic. Spiritually about our soul's growth path. Yeah, that's a much better explanation actually. So the South node represents your comfort zone, past life patterns, or ingrained habits. Okay, so shows what you're naturally good at, what comes easily, what can also hold you back if you over rely on it, let's say. It's like a familiar home you're outgrown or something like that. I don't know. It's just like your comfort zone meaning, and also the past experiences that you've learned and your patterns that you may have to overcome, you may have to learn to um, perhaps change and release, as we spoke last time. 13133. North Node represents your soul's mission, your growth, where you're heading, and what you're learning in this lifetime. It can feel uncomfortable at first because it's not your natural instinct, but it leads to fulfillment. It's like the path your soul wants you to walk, to evolve spiritually and emotionally. Yeah, that's why it's important. Where's my North Node actually? I think my North Node is in Cancer. And what I've learned is that if you have a North Node in Cancer, it's about learning your how to open in your heart and emotional. Yeah, if for instance you experience a lot of trauma, you may have gone through um, blockages that taught you as a child to not really use your emotions because you were silenced, or you were perhaps punished for showing your emotions. Your as a child, your heart closes and you feel more traumatized. Therefore, your North Node in Cancer is teaching you to open those uh, parts of your heart, and to learn to give from your heart. Okay, perhaps in your past life you may have been some businessman that didn't rely on their emotions but more on the work ethic, okay, on more logical mind. So this lifetime you chose to have a North Node in Cancer so that you learn what it's like to navigate life through your heart, through your emotions. And that may come with a lot of contrast in, let's say, your childhood. You may have experienced challenges that were challenging your emotions, so that you would more see the contrast between what it feels like when your emotions are silenced versus what and how to navigate and learn through different experiences how to open your heart. So the North Node is actually very important aspect for this point of life's journey. Let's say if you have a North Node in Cancer, yeah, as we mentioned already, You may be good in managing or overseeing things. You may be able to organize well as well. So uh, you also may be learning in this lifetime to work on your, uh, as we say, on your emotions, on your inner uh, mm, foundations, on accepting yourself. You may have, let's say, lessons to learn about your self-worth, self-nurturing. Maybe you were a used to nurture and care for others, but you never really known how to care for yourself. So that's also note, yeah, uh, to uh, to to learn. The houses we're going to talk about somewhere next time, because I myself still, I'm not fully understanding all of it, so I don't want to be blubbering BS. And North Node also is the path your soul wants to walk and evolve spiritually and perhaps emotionally. So whatever your North Node is at, that characteristics of that sign is your particular direction. So where is your North Nodes, if you guys know? So basically, they say here the south node is what you already know, skills, tendencies, karmic baggage. And north node is what you need to develop, your qualities, your experiences, your challenges, where you're heading towards what you develop in. So that's a great explanation. And both of them you need to navigate in balance, not abandoning one or the other, but to have it really balanced, because both of them they work together. They are usually very connected together, and the particular signs that are in those are usually very connected together as well. I think my south node is in Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. So that's that. Yeah, I leave it at that probably, guys, because I don't know what else could we touch upon this time. But I'm going to be doing more notes and more informations. The problem is that I was trying to find my natal chart. I had it print out and I couldn't find it. So I had to do it again today on the Cafe Astrology, and I'm a little bit confused because they changed the layout to it. But anyways, I really recommend to read your astrology charts. Okay, let's recapitulate what I could actually see here, and if not, we may probably call it a quits, because we um, run out of I ran out of notes, so we may not really be having anything more prepared, and I don't want to be having this live too long. Next time we're going to go through a next section, but I believe it's a great idea to touch upon the these natal charts and astrology because, and also yeah, I wanted to say because there is a so-called tropical astrology charts versus sidereal, which is more precise. Okay, so tropical was kind of modified by our previous history emperors and matrix for their uh, not great intentions to blur a lot. Not many people even know that there is a 13th sign called Ophiuchus, and the Ophiuchus had been absolutely taken away from the zodiac signs. There used to be 13 signs. We spoke about it in one of my lives before, that they modified the calendars, yeah, as well as they modified the astrology for their selfish reasons. So this is truly sad because if I personally use my example, I personally am full blown Ophiuchus. Okay, 17th of December is the last day of Ophiuchus. So Sagittarius starts in a real calendar, it starts the 18th. Yeah, so they took out the Ophiuchus is between Scorpio and Sagittarius. They took it out absolutely because it's the healer. Ophiuchus is the healer, and probably they had a problem with this because they have a problem with everything that heals and awakens humanity. So, guys, the summary of all this is the astrology is like our cheat sheet, and we can really, through astrologic natal chart, find out a lot more about not only ourselves but about people that we are dealing with, whether it is family members, friends, or loved ones. And we can really find more about whether we can or we cannot um, be in harmony with. Like sometimes the signs are so opposite from one another and the charts are so opposite from another that it creates more karmic situation, and therefore it's good to know if you plan life with somebody to be actually more informed about what the particular natal charts of each other are. If you can actually find some common grounds, and if you are in harmony with your purpose, with your views, with your values, with your principles, yeah, you can discover them about each other. If you have a great communication skills, you can talk for hours. You can do it different ways. But as I said, it's like going up the stairs versus taking a lift and having a bit of information to ease up the connection. So guys, I hope that helped some way, shape or form. I know it was a little bit scattered, and because I wasn't 100% finding this cafe astrology what I wanted to find, and I hope that next time we're going to read more into each details. I might probably, this was just like a basic flying through it, like how was it in my one of my favorite movies is Sister Act. Okay, great comedy with Whoopi Goldberg. I love Whoopi Goldberg actually as an actress, and they say they said in the second part, the birds birth course, yeah, fly through it. So that's what we did this time, yeah, just a birth course, very quickly touching upon each thing, and next time we may do more, yeah. So quick summary about the most important aspects. As we say, the ascendant represents your outer personality, your first impressions, your approach to life, basically how you are to the world outside of your bubble, okay, how you present yourself outside of your bubble. The sun is how you present yourself in your most authenticity inside of your bubble. So your the closest ones, your family members, may get to know you in that manner. The ascendant is how you present yourself outside of the bubble, how the world perceives you as a first impression, okay? The moon is your inner world, how you perceive yourself at your own rawness, okay? And your ego expression as well is the sun sign, yeah? But your moon sign is your inner world, your subconscious self. How you see yourself when you look in the mirror, when nobody's looking, when nobody's listening, when you are the most true to yourself, that's your moon. That's why sometimes people, especially in the older age, they more resonate with their moon signs and rather than the sun signs, because they are more introspective, they are more within, yeah. So that's why it's so important. Mercury is the communication, thinking, and learning style. So let's make personal examples so that for those of you that have a similar, at least you know. So let's say if you're ascendant in Scorpio, just like myself, yeah, you may be more intense but deep. You may present to outside of the world with magnetic presence. You may be very intuitive, mysterious, and you have transformative energy. If your ascendant is, let's say, um, in Sagittarius, then the aspects would be that you may be more outgoing, more extrovertish. Yeah, you may appear outside of the world, most more like happy-go-lucky because you're ruled by Jupiter. If if your ascendant is in, let's say, Aquarius, you may present yourself outside of the world, yeah, as Aquarius more than, let's say, your sun sign may be, I don't know, Virgo. Or if your ascendant is, let's say, Pisces, yeah, it's ruled by Neptune. So you may present yourself more outside of the world, yeah, for the world outside of your bubble as Pisces. So you may be more dreamy, you may be more intuitive, you may be more um, fluctuating emotions, okay, and you may be more connected to your intuition and emotions. So people may perceive you that way and may not even be able to perhaps read you, or uh, you may have an ascendant. You understand basically how you present yourself outside. Your sun is the core identity, life purpose. So how you show up in the world with your core values, core principles. Um, let's say me as a Sagittarius, yeah, I do love freedom, I am adventurous, but I'm a very deep truth seeker. Because let's say my ascendant in Scorpio, I'm very influenced by depth and intense introspective. So I'm not extrovert, I am more introvert. Yeah, uh, I'm I seek truth all the time. I see, because Sagittarius, let's say, is ruled by a Jupiter, so you more see always the optimistic side of the things. So if there is a situation, let's say, that you deal with, as a sun in Sagittarius, you may feel that, always see that cup half full, even though the life may beat you up. And Sagittarius, they have a very dark lessons coming towards them, because we are the truth seekers. So we usually come, have a lot of challenges, so that we would basically practice that optimistic side and be the alchemists of the darkness, uh, to alchemize it into the light. So it comes with a lot of deep challenges. Sagittarius is a sage, so always seeking truth, always seeking justice. So that's the core identity, okay? Your moons are your inner world. So again, if you have a moon in water sign, let's say, you may be more, on the emotional side. You may feel more emotional, everything may feel very sensitive. You may perceive everything in a more sensitive way, especially yourself, because the moon is your inner world, yourself, your perception of yourself. Yeah. mm, Mercury, as we say, communication, thinking, learning style. So again, um, my example, let's say I'm Capricorn, so I'm more pragmatic. I like, uh, I'm more thoughtful. I think things through in communication as well. But also my Sagittarius may uh, guide me to be also speaking in, maybe sometimes speak before I think. So that's the contradiction. So sometimes your charts may be uh, challenging you in places where your weakness is. You are learning to navigate it in more balance. Yeah. But also, let's say if your moon is in an earth sign, you may be, um, let's say, having more emotional uh, balance in, and consistency, let's say. um, my moon is in Capricorn, so um, what does it say? Emotional security comes from structure, responsibility, and long-term planning. Yeah, that fits. Your Venus, relationships, love, value system. So also how you present yourself, your appearance. Okay. Um, so again, if your Venus is in a fire sign, you may enjoy more um, adventurous experiences in your relationships or in your connections. You may be more enjoying passionate um, things. Let's say if somebody's Venus is in Sagittarius, mine is in Capricorn. Even though my sun is in Sagittarius, my Venus is in Capricorn. So, but if, let's say, somebody's Venus is in Sagittarius, they may come across like the players. They may come across like people mm, who prefer enjoying life more day to day, or enjoying I don't know, one night stands, flings, and all that. Okay, if your earth sign, let's say, I have a Venus in Capricorn, so let's be concrete, because that's the best example. For those of you that may have a Venus in Capricorn, you may find yourself being more loyal, committed, in love, serious, yes, seek serious relationships rather than flings or any kind of flaky things. Yeah, you may take relationships as a partnership for life rather than just enjoy here with Mary or Brian on Wednesday, and they're on Friday I'm gonna go and meet Hugo. No, you more like the Capricorn Venus is more like relationships are serious commitment and partnership that you work on. You are committed with your full integrity, and that's what I can actually confirm with the Capricorn and Venus, as I feel. So they are serious, loyal, appreciate stability, maturity, but emotional stability. Yeah, emotional stability, maturity. Usually they are very responsible in connections. They value long term over any flings. That's security over fleeting romance or whatever. More practical, selective with affection. So you not, as the earth sign, which is in tarot cards, it's the pentacles. It's long term. Okay, it's stable thing. The fire sign, which is wands, are more fleeting, passion from passion. Yeah, but not all. Yeah, let's say it also depends where your other planets are. So it's not straightforward. The air sign, okay, they may find relationship, if you have a Venus in air sign, let's say, you may find relationships a more like a partnership, but no, not much sensitivity, more in your mind. You're more in your thoughts rather than heart. Was the fire signs and earth signs, they are more in their heart, in their feelings. Water signs especially in their feelings. Okay, I have a feeling that it's so obvious that maybe some of you may be thinking, but I'm guided to say it. Let's go for it. So your Mars is your drive, your action, the way you go into life, what motivates you, how which way you take action in life, personal power, sexuality. So also the way you approach your desires, your ideals, social causes, and so yeah, my Mars is in Aquarius. What does it say? So if your Mars is in Aquarius, let's say like mine, you may feel more innovative, independent. Yeah, you don't like definitely conventional things like structures either. You may not act upon any boxes, so you don't put anybody in boxes. You're not judgmental. You don't feel comfortable in within a system, okay, that is against your values. you're more of a pioneer in creating new layers of uh, new systems, new layers of guiding life and action towards life, your willpower as well. Yeah, how you how you direct your life towards uh, plans and actions, because Mars is a masculine planet. You, if your Mars is in Aquarius, you may find pleasure in more creating unique pathways in life rather than sticking with fixed rules and ruled and structured paths that other people walked on already. Yeah, you would rather use your ideas and independence to create ways and paths that are unique to go where you are guided to go. Okay, expressing in unique ways could be also you may be challenging those structures that somebody put, if they are within a certain box that doesn't fulfill the actual ideas of freedom. Hmm. Wow. Okay. The Chiron is also very important because it's your wounds, the way you approach in your healing. Okay, so if your sign, if your Chiron is a certain sign, the characteristic of that sign will show you how you approach healing. So where is your Chiron in? Yeah, I think that's all we can say today. Anyways, if there was any interest for you, if you would like to have more things like that, I'm open to learn with you. We can always pick up some part of astrology because astrology is a huge topic. It's like encyclopedia. So we can speak for hours and hours about astrology, and I'm not that great in it. I'm very beginner. So I can only say what I kind of grasp and understand, and perhaps many of these can be expanded in future, which I would be very happy to do. I've always wanted to expand more on astrology, and sharing it with you here on YouTube is probably a perfect way for all of us to explore it together and create space, safe space for one another to share perhaps experiences are particular parts of charts, if that's any interest of each of us, because we can inspire one another and perhaps help one another to navigate our journeys. So I'm very open to that. If that's something that you would like, you can write me a comment and we can share whatever. If there's a topic that you would like to speak about, particularly about in astrology, You can write in the comment and we can talk about it. I want to look deeper into those houses. So we may be talking next about these houses. And yeah. So tell me also in comments what are your placements in your natal chart if you want to share that. And hello Misha, welcome. Misa? Is it Misa or Misha? Okay, okay, my dears. I hope that any anything that I've shared was some way, shape, or form beneficial for you, and we can continue with some astrology evenings any other day. This time I'm probably going to finish this because I don't have anything else prepared, and I may probably next time go more in depth topic by topic rather than this general that I did today. Today was just the general. So next time I go topic to topic. So if you're interested in any particular topic in astrology, which one you would like us to speak about, let's call it mutual information exchange rather than me teaching you, because I cannot teach something that I'm learning on my own. I'm just sharing what I've learned to share with you, so we can just elaborate on it together, because I think more we awaken on this path to our evolution, more we may uh, be interested in permission slips like astrology, spiritual guidances, different rituals, and different soul opening topics that may bring us closer to our beingness. So I truly hope that we will be together, unfolding each particular topic and permission slip in astrology, and other parts of our soul evolution. So yeah, that's that. I'm thinking I wanted to say something, but I forgot. What was it? It's okay. It was not meant to be. So have a beautiful day, beautiful evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for being around. Thank you all for listening, and I'll speak to you next time. Okay? Bye, everybody. Thank you for hanging out and sharing your co creation light with me. And oh, thank you so much, Sue. Lovely to see you around. Yeah, I'm probably, Sue, I'm also a little bit clueless, but little bit maybe aware what I can share. I will share, but we can speak about it and share it all together. If by the way, what zodiac signs are you? Sue, Misha, and I don't see anybody else here. Whoever's here, Lisa. What zodiac signs are you? And if you want, we can I see 919. We can elaborate on it a little bit more. I hope I explained at least the basics about what each particular placement in a natal chart is. And if you are Taurus, if you ever are interested in knowing more, we can elaborate more on each particular signs. If you have any questions, if you have any interests, we can speak about it. I'm very tired, guys, today. So I'm going to have to go because I think that it takes me ages to say one sentence. But anyways, have a beautiful time, and I'll speak to you next time. Okay? Peace and love, love and light, and until next, I hope that you're gonna have a beautiful rest of your day or night. Bye. Bye bye.